I'm sitting down with Kim Peterson. She's an inmate at Pollsmoor prison. Today she's performing a play that she wrote herself at the Artscape Theatre. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for sitting down with me.
It's a pleasure.
Now, I know you're performing a play that you wrote yourself. It's really about your story, and I want to hear a little bit more about your story. You are in Pollsmoor prison currently, but it's not the first time that you've been to prison.
Yeah.
How old were you the first time you went to prison?
First time I went to prison, I was 17 years old. 17, yeah. I was a juvenile, actually. Because of my involvement with drugs, I ended up in prison. The first time I entered prison, I was the only English speaking person in prison. Afrikaans wasn't my home language. I speak English, so for me it was a bit weird trying to mingle into everybody with speaking English. So they picked on me at first, but in the end, I finally not fit in, but you know what I mean. I got with the groove of prison.
What was your life like before that happened when you were 17 years old?
Before 17, I had the best life. My mother, I went to the best of schools. Education, I grew up in my home. I can't ask for anything better than what my mother gave me. Support for my family. I had everything as a child. I don't know what happened that I went off the path. I think mainly it was friends, man. I have this weakness, and I'm actually saying it on TV, that I love pleasing people, man. You know what I mean? I'm a people's pleaser. And I think that just steered me closer to prison's doors.
What did you go to prison for when you were 17?
Possession of drugs. Yeah.
And then since 17, what happened? I know you've been in and out.
I've been in and out of prison since 17. I left my mother's house at the age of 17, and I went around here and there and just living the life of a drug addict. I've never depended on my mother for my drug habits. I always felt embarrassed because my elder sister, she was they wouldn't look down on me, but I would always feel ashamed, man, to be in the company, so I wouldn't be at home. So I would always be with my friends. I would take care of myself. I would buy my own food, buy my own clothes, but the support from them was there. It's just that I never wanted it.
You've mentioned your mother quite a bit already. When you think about your mom, how do you feel when you think about her? I know you're in prison, so you probably don't get to see her as often as one would like, I assume. How do you feel when you think about your mom?
When I think about my mother, I feel a lot of things. Firstly, I disappointed her. And there's another feeling that I feel, that I don't know if it will ever be the same again. I don't know if she would accept me as a daughter again, I mean, I put her through a lot, you know what I mean. It's not just my drag habits, but just everything, you know what I mean. I know that she tried her best with me, and I mean, if this is the result, then I don't know, you know what I'm saying.
Tell me about the play that you're performing here. I know you wrote it based on your life story. What parts of your life can we expect to hear today?
I'm telling a story so that I'm hoping that it will touch other young people, you know what I mean, to show them that that's not the only way. The hustle is not always the good life. I used to live my day one hustle at a time, one car to the next car, and I'm saying this on TV. My mother doesn't even know that. So she only found out on Wednesday at the premiere about what's been happening since my sentence. I've never been open. I've never spoken about it. So yeah, for me, I just hope that when I do my story, I hope that it touches at least, if it's just one person, that will be good enough for me.
You say you're addicted to cars. What do you mean by that?
I have this passion about cars. I don't know when I realized this, but I just found out that it happened one night, and from the one night, it just was adrenaline that went through my body that I can't stay away from. But I want to put that now into a positive way, not into a negative way. I don't want to steal cars anymore, so I'm thinking of pushing that energy into something positive. So yeah, hopefully next year.
Do you see yourself going back to prison in the future once you're out after this sentence?
This is the longest sentence that I've received. I don't see myself back in prison. I've grown too much. I've now used this time in prison to actually look back at my own life and where my faults were. And I'm actually moving. I'm growing up now. I'm 22. I'm young, man. I don't think I'm gonna waste any more of my life in prison.
What do you hope people take away from your story? The general public can come and watch you tell your story on stage. What do you hope they learn from listening to you talk?
You shouldn't always go after friends, man. You know what? Friends is not always gonna be there for you, man. Because at night when I lay in my jail bed, I'm not laying with my friends, I'm laying alone. When I stand in front of the magistrate, I'm not standing with friends, I'm standing alone. And when I'm stealing, I'm not stealing for me, but I'm stealing for friends, you understand? And then at the end of the day, you're alone. So I just hope that they'll be able to grasp and take that with them. And you know that, I mean, influences and you know, it's more of a, it's okay, it's in your character also that you need to have a strong willpower, man. I just hope that they'll be able to build up that strong willpower as, you know, teenagers go through a lot of challenges, man, you know what I mean? And with friends is one of the main challenges, and that's what pushes a lot of young people into a lot of things. And I think that peer pressure is a big role that's playing now. And I just want them to see that being on your own is cool, man. To be a nerd at school, you know what I mean? It's always not cool going with the boys or with the guys or with the girls. Being a nerd's okay, man. I mean, nerds don't end up in prison, you know what I mean?